Mountain View Cemetery, established 1880. Really, really adequately named cemetery. This is yeah, Mountain View. That's definitely what we have here. So we are in Rural Retreat, Virginia, visiting the first of our cemeteries that we're going to see on the channel this year. Hello again, or hello for the first time. Promised you guys we would be going to cemeteries and seeing a few historical places and things like that. And this is our first stop out here in Rural Retreat. You can actually see down the hill over there. That's, if I could zoom in, that's the town, Rural Retreat, and yeah, we're here just to kind of take it all in. But we used to do a bunch of cemetery videos. It's kind of windy, so I have a microphone here so you don't hear all the microphone noise, basically. We used to do a lot of cemetery videos, just taking stuff in and looking at some interesting things. There's no better way, I don't think, to learn about a town's history than, or people in particular, than to look at some headstones and just see basically time travel through the past. A lot of newer headstones out that way, and a resting place for a lot of people who lived here. It's unique. I haven't seen one like this before. 1884. Passed away. One of these days we'll do rubbings. Look at this one. Beautiful. And her husband, member of the Confederate States Army, have a plaque. Since this plaque is placed here mainly by the residents and former residents of Rural Retreat and community in memory of Arthur Clay Bayers, 1878 to 1952. Becky reading it. Really beautiful. Isn't that one beautiful?
Yeah. I love the ones that I love it when they have poems on the bottom. I always think it's so interesting to read them.
So we're going to come over this way a little bit. There is a reason why we stopped here. It's on Roadside America. It's a really good website to find these things. Interesting places and people listed on there. And kind of wander through. Appreciate this for a second though. That's beautiful. Kind of take a look across the street here where some newer memorials are. You say quiet neighbors, right? This impresses me, like how sad it feels, but also some people have had full lives, played a part in their community. And others are never had a say in anything. Mary Elizabeth Neff, born and died June 11th, 1925. For of such is the kingdom of heaven. Some family members here. I think it's important to visit your cemetery locally, or if you travel, to go see some places to appreciate the past. And, the more that you come and respect something like that, it just becomes normal, and you'll see less of, anything being disrespected. So that's why we're here, for appreciation. Also, what artwork? What happened to this type of headstone? We kind of lost it, didn't we? A lot of Neffs here. 1887. There's this one. Some have been cleaned, but I love the personality. Seeing the moss lets us know the passage of time, things like that. Okay, I'm gonna just walk through and not talk for a little while. And there's one headstone that has a story here that I was talking about earlier. (1880). Here's the first Peter Buck. Coralie, daughter of P and A Buck. It's Peter and Angeline. Yeah, he passed in 1880, and his wife in 1913. And she was born in 1872. I can't make out anything below that, really. So if you're local or grew up around this area, would love to hear some stories. If you have anything to put in the comment box down below. You gain so much insight by listening to others, and I'd love to listen to you down there. It's a piece of art right there. So not to overshadow anyone here, but there is one reason why we were drawn to this cemetery, and I'm going to read a little entry from Wikipedia on this about Dr. Pepper. You notice the name on this grouping of headstones. A theory that some have, but it's not official, is that this Charles Taylor Pepper is the reason why it's named Dr. Pepper. And according to Wikipedia, I'll just read it here. A theory often cited that the drink, Dr. Pepper, was named after an actual doctor, one Charles T. Pepper of Rural Retreat, Virginia. Morrison, who is the one who marketed, sold Dr. Pepper, may have named the drink after the doctor in gratitude for Pepper having given Morrison his first job. However, Milky Walker, collections manager, curator for the Dublin, Texas Dr. Pepper Bottling Company Museum, has stated that U.S. Census records show that a young Morrison lived in Christiansburg, Virginia, about 40 miles away from Rural Retreat, and that there's not one piece of evidence that Morrison ever worked for Charles T. Pepper in Rural Retreat. But, another story says that Morrison naming the drink after Charles T. Pepper because the doctor granted Morrison permission to marry Pepper's daughter. But the girl in question was only 8 years old at the time that Morrison moved to Waco. And they have a little photo here of Dr. Pepper. There's the entry. So possibly, could have been in correspondence somehow, but maybe there's no records of that. Something may have happened. It's kind of a very odd coincidence. What do you guys think? I see a lot of people are leaving a symbol here. It's a very strange coincidence, if nothing else. I'll leave a link if you're interested in reading the Wikipedia or anything on the Roadside America website. I'll leave that link down below. Very interesting, beautiful view from this cemetery. You can see a storm is rolling in. We're just passing through town. But unique piece of history here with beautiful view, a nice breeze happening, and obviously a town that still has a lot of history up here and has a lot of history still being written. So again, if you enjoyed this, do the appropriate things down in the bottom. Thumbs up if you liked it. If I got something wrong or you have something to add, definitely leave us a comment down below. We love seeing different places and learning about history in different towns and seeing some unique, theories. Very interesting. Thanks for coming along with us, and I'll leave you with a few more stills here, sort of. And check out our playlist, be linked at the end of this video if you're interested in seeing some more cemeteries. Mainly they're from New York, where we're from, but we do have a couple from Bardstown, Kentucky we went to, and a few others peppered in there, a lot of peppered in there. And of course, I'm always receptive to if you have suggestions on how I can make these videos better. Maybe less talking, I'm certain. But I hope you enjoyed them. And leave us a comment down below.